Hi, this is Betsy with Married with Luggage, and today we're going to cut the fat. Yes, today we're going to talk about losing weight and having a healthier, happier lifestyle, because really, no matter what your dream is, you probably don't want to be fat. It's kind of like the, you don't want to be fat and you don't want to be in debt. So today I am talking with someone who has lost 60 pounds, count it, 60 pounds, over the course of the last year and a half or so. And in case you can't tell a resemblance, this is my lovely mamacita, my mother, Connie Gray.
Hi.
And Mom has really done a lot in her own lifestyle. She's also helped Dad decrease his cholesterol and make all kinds of positive changes. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit about why now, after struggling so long, because you've struggled with weight for most of your life. What were some of the things that you did that you think really did the trick this time, and how can we all benefit from that so that no matter what our lifestyle design goal is, we can be happier, healthier, slimmer, and, I don't know, wear those skinny jeans. So first of all, tell me, you've struggled with this most of your adult life, and you've tried doing it before. What happened this time to make it work? What's the secret sauce?
This time I made a commitment. I just thought I had made a commitment before. I did it through Weight Watchers, and the first time I joined Weight Watchers I was 30 years old, and I have joined at least once a year since then. So I'm now 56, so some years were multiple years. You know in your mind that you need to do that, but unless you make the commitment to do it, you're not gonna have success. You may have some short-term success, but you're not gonna have long-term success. And I made a commitment. There's been many weeks I lost 0.2, 0.4, gained even when I shouldn't have. But I knew I had to stay the course, and that's the difference.
So when you say that you made this commitment, because and I'm sure everyone else watching this is saying, well, I've made the commitment before, and then 3 days in, 3 weeks in, whatever that number is, we fall off the wagon, order the pizza, don't worry about the salt on our food, have dessert, whatever. So when you say you finally made that commitment, how was that different for you? What exactly did that mean? Because
that meant that even if I fell off the wagon, per se, the next meal you got right back on.
Okay.
Okay? Where before, if I ate something I wasn't supposed to, well, I've already blown it for today, so I'm going to eat everything in the house that I can get my hands on. And you can't do that.
So it sounds like your lesson is that perfection is not the key. Consistency.
Consistency is the key, and no matter what the scale says, as long as you know that you made good choices that week, don't let the scale upset you that much, because sometimes it just happens. You're on it all week long, you get on the scale, and either you haven't lost any, or you may have even gained some. So you have to keep your mindset, I made good choices this week, and don't go on a binge.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to stay with it. You have to stay with it in order to have success.
Now, one thing that I think we all do is wait for that perfect time to start our diet. I can't start it now because we're going on vacation. New Year's is coming up, so we can't start it because of a big party. We always have these reasons. And I know that you have had some, who hasn't suffered from the economic downturn? Mm-hmm. So you've had that. We've had a sick family member. All kinds of things going on during this time that you've been working on losing weight. So how do you deal with the stress? Because before, maybe you would have gotten a candy bar, or, how do you deal with the stress?
Well, when you indulge, it's a short-term fix.
Mm-hmm.
And you may enjoy it while it's going down, but as soon as that spoon goes in that bowl, you regret doing it.
You're talking about ice cream, aren't you?
You will regret doing it, and you can't go back and do anything about what you've already done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've tried to learn through this whole process that when I'm upset, food is not going to help. I've got to find another way, and I can't say I've always been successful in
Mm-hmm.
it, because we all fall back on those old habits. But you just cannot let food do that to you, because if you do, you'll be right back in the same boat you were in.
So what are some of the things that you've done to replace food? When you're upset or when you're bored or, you know, whatever the reasons were that you ate before, what do you do now instead? Because I noticed something really interesting that I'm going to tell everyone about if you don't tell them.
Now I don't know what that is. Well, I really just try to get my mind busy doing other things. And I know that sounds like a cliche, but it really works. And whatever the situation is, if it's a situation that needs some kind of attention, the best thing I can do is, because I'm an analytical thinker, is just, I know the food's not going to help. Let me find a solution that will help. Let me find something I can do to make this situation a little bit better. Because me eating food is not going to make it better.
Well, the interesting thing that I noticed is the other day I'm actually visiting here in New Mexico right now, and some stressful things had happened, and she came in here and baked cookies. Now, she didn't have any of them, and we do have a lot of people coming over, but I was really surprised that you stayed busy. You didn't sit down, you didn't veg out, and when you think about it, you have to sit down, well, you don't have to, but you have to pause even briefly to inhale some kind of food that you're not supposed to be having. So staying busy kept you from doing that, even though you were making food. So maybe you have to be a little further along the path to resist the cookies afterward.
It does get easier, I think, the longer you're on it. It's very difficult in the beginning, and you feel like you're going to starve to death. But I'm surprised the little amount of food that someone needs really to survive. I mean, most people eat way too much and more than what they need.